Hello, and welcome to the Streaming Rainbow Podcast, a place where we bring together our stories with your ears. These stories were originally recorded for YouTube, and now they are here for you in pure audio form. Join our crew of storytellers as we dive into fantastical realms and tell human stories. Grab your dice and buckle up your wizard hats. It's time for the games to begin. As a note, a list of the topics, themes, and subject matter featured in this podcast has been included in the episode description. Listener discretion is advised. And now, welcome to Take Over the Rainbow, Stewpot.
Hello! Hey everybody, welcome back to Take Over the Streaming Rainbow. I'm Danny, I am your keeper for the evening, host in general, Danny R Mendoza, and here again with all of these lovely folks. Got Eli, got Sarah, and I got Bastion. And we don't know who we're playing yet. I'm going to have a character alongside them, but we're actually going to figure out who we're going to play here together. Tonight, we leave the ink-stained streets of Helvetown behind. We pivot a little bit from our previous plan to play a beautiful game called Stewpot, Tales from a Fantasy Tavern. It's a slice-of-life collection of tavern sim minigames created by Takuma Okada with art by Viditya Voletti and published by Evil Hat Productions. So in it, everybody is a retired adventurer. All the player characters are retired adventurers. You've spent years living a high-anxiety, high-stress life in similar environments. You fought dragons, delved dungeons, lived on the edge of death, but now you're done with that. You've pooled your gold and you've opened a tavern. That's the dream, right? Tonight is not about saving the world. Tonight is about saving yourselves. We're going to explore the difficulty of transitioning from a life of violence to a life of peace, and the radical act of finding community in a quiet place. Now, a note on safety tools for the folks at home as well as the people at the table. This game suggests using breaks and holds. So even in the coziest version of playing this game, themes of leaving a violent life behind can be really heavy, right? If a scene hits too close to home, please feel free to say hold, to pause the conversation, or to call for a break. For us, if time allows, we probably will take a break as well at a certain point in between certain minigames and before others. As I mentioned, I am the keeper. I'll facilitate the scenes. This is a sort of GM-less game or a sort of GM-full game because you can play this so that the keeper responsibilities are shared at the table and everybody can run a different minigame in a given session. Tonight, I'm going to be running the minigames overall. But when you play at home or maybe when we play in the future, we might do it a different way. I will facilitate scenes, play townsfolk as needed, and help narrate the world around your tavern. So if there aren't any questions, from there we will go directly into character creation. Cool. So first up, we need to build a tavern, our sanctuary and the people who live in it. So for the tavern, do we want a bustling city spot or a quiet stop in the wilderness? What are we feeling tavern wise?
I think a quiet stop in the wilderness sounds quite nice.
Yeah, I think that's nice too.
I concur.
Cool.
That sounds nice.
All right, so a quiet stop in the wilderness. Names. Don't spend too long on it. Feel free to come back if you're stuck. You can come up with a symbol or an emblem to go with, to help the naming process. Some examples from the book are the Old Bell Tavern, Rose Without Thorns, Greasy Snifter, Boar Hat, Fortune's Rest, and Fairweathers. What are you feeling?
The prize pig.
The poised pig.
No, the prize pig.
Oh, the prize pig. Got it.
But I do like the poised pig. So let's pivot to that. My character in character pitched prize pig, and everyone's like, poised pig, great.
Everybody, it won the prize for being poised. Like it was a beauty show for pigs.
Yeah.
So
I love that.
Yeah.
The poised pig. Okay. All right. So our tavern that we are opening for this evening is called the Poised Pig. All right. Tavern ratings. You're going to end up with tavern ratings for cuisine, for atmosphere, for service, or we are. As a part of tavern advancement, we'll see how much of that we get tonight. But just so everybody understands how this tends to work, it starts at 1 and ends at 4. So, for example, with cuisine, you start off with a cramped kitchen, plenty of staples, but nothing fancy. And you can end up at 4 with a splendid kitchen, good deals on ingredients and fresh deliveries, specialized tools. So you start with 1 point in each rating, right? So you'll be able to start with a cramped kitchen, plenty of staples, but nothing fancy for cuisine. Comfortable enough, but a little boring. Things feel slightly off for the atmosphere. And service, a former farmhand injured or an injured local guard. For the look of this place, what draws your eye to it? Is it a repurposed ruin, a cozy cottage? What does it smell like inside?
If we're in a forest, I think I like the idea of it being like a hollowed out, massive, like redwood tree.
Ooh.
I love that. I think that's very cool. All right. A massive hollowed out redwood tree. So I'd love from everybody to add a detail though. So tell me more about the hollowed out redwood tree. All right, so two more details about the tavern if we can from y'all, and then I'll throw one in on my side too.
It is absolutely crawling with feral cats.
Love it.
There we go. Thanks, Sarah.
I see one now.
Cats. Okay, I'll take that. Yeah.
I think the other thing about it is all around the outside of the tree, it's covered in carvings. Like, we encourage guests to leave little mementos and notes for themselves, for future selves, for future guests. And so it's just crawling in messages carved into the bark.
I love that. I think that's fantastic. I will say many of the carvings are of the feral cats who have 6 digits.
Mm.
Are of the 6-digited cats. Beautiful. So we have the Poised Pig, a quiet stop in the wilderness, which is a massive hollowed out redwood tree, absolutely crawling with feral cats. The outside of the tree is covered in guests' carvings, and many carvings are of the 6-digit cats themselves. So that is us at the top of this. Tavern advancement. Tavern starts off small and kind of shabby, but with hard work and more than a little luck, you hope to become a home away from home for all adventurers passing through. As we play some of these mini games, we may be able to see changes to it occur. Now we move to creating our characters, right? So you are going to need for each character, not that much, actually. You need a name, pronouns, a look, weapon, armor, quirk, adventurer job with some adventure experiences, and a town job, but not as many town experiences yet. So would anybody like to start us off with what they have in mind?
I can if no one else wants to say anything.
Jump in.
So I think my character's name is Indra, Kallio. Any pronouns they don't care. They try to be mysterious. They're very insular with their information. Tall, like too thin. Like, it's not like they're willowy, like they are actually too thin from a life of having to rough it. Dark hair, dark eyes, but pale skin. They are always shrouded in a cloak, but they always wear a filigreed mask, so no one has actually seen their true face.
Love it.
Yeah.
All right. So for some of the elements of it, do you have any thoughts on the look being broken out mostly to weapon, armor, and quirk?
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so I think for the weapons, I think it is to some twin jewel daggers that is always tucked away in their cloak. Their mask is their armor. And I read this quirk and I'm like, this is too real for me and I really love it, but it's a smile that doesn't reach the eyes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Love that. Love that for Indira, you said?
Indira, yeah.
Indra.
Yeah.
Indira?
Oh, Indra, yeah. Indra. I remember my own name that I didn't make up a second ago. It's fine. Indra.
Love it. And then adventurer job. Had you picked one?
They were a rogue.
I was gonna say I have a guess.
They were a rogue.
Town job.
I believe that they are now focusing in and using their skills as the apothecary.
Love that. That's beautiful. I feel like that implies the rogue was a poisoner, but I suppose we'll find out. Now, there are 3 adventurer experiences that come off of the rogue section that you would be picking from the 5 that are there. Do you know which ones you want to take?
Nimble fingers. So that's they can pick a lock like any good rogue. 6th sense, because they will not be surprised. You cannot sneak up on them. And adder's fangs, poison. They were a poisoner.
I love that. That's very, very good. And correct me if I'm wrong here, Sarah, because you have more experience with this than I do, but I believe I'm trying to check. Do you either take one town experience, or you take 0?
I think it's 0.
It's 0.
I think it's 0, and then like the first game is like when you can pick it up.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's what it is. No, that's right. It's the first minigame we have up. Thank you. All right, so then that is Indra. Who would like to go? Who would like to go next?
I can go next.
All right.
Yeah. I am going to be playing Connal, a druid, though he insists you pronounce it with the correct pronunciation, Dree.
Nice.
His weapon is a staff of dark wood, worn smooth over many, many years and many, many travels. He wears a cloak, like a long robe, the color of the deep forests, and sort of faded golden thread is woven many runes, particularly around the hymns. And he's known for always muttering various words of protection as he walks the grounds. As a druid, his 3 adventurer experiences are shapeshifter, nature speak, so being able to understand plants and animals, and force of nature, to be able to bend the land around me to my will.
I love that. That is very, very cool. And I think that covers it. So thank you. That's perfect. Sarah, if you're ready.
You look upon Ezekiel the wizard, a sort of weaselly little man in a black cloak that, well, he carries a wand of carved pine wood, and he has been known to throw a fireball or 3. He forgets where he is a lot of the time. He just forgot where he was for a second just now, in fact. But it's all right, because he's going to be a poet. And poets don't need to remember things. They just need to write them down so that other people can remember them.
That's beautiful. What I'm assuming that our Ezekiel here is wizard. You mentioned fireball. Yeah, I think you covered all three, right? Of the
Fireball, Arcana, and Prestidigitation.
That's beautiful. And did you? I'm sorry. I want to make sure we covered weapon, armor, and quirk fully as well, right?
Yeah, weapon is the wand. Armor is his cloak. Quirk, I don't know. He's just a weasel little guy.
It's just a little guy.
He's just a little guy.
Yeah, I think that's good. All right, and mine is going to be Diego. Diego Stormlight is going to be his name. That's what I came up with right now. And Diego Stormlight is going to be a paladin who is now a healer. So Diego is going to have a sturdy shield polished to shine, concealed leather and chainmail, and shoulders that tense to the sound of metal. And is going to take healing touch, is going to take guidance. So healing touch, treat wounds, guidance assigned from your deity, and I'm going to say he's going to take taunt, draw your enemies toward you. So that is going to be Diego Storm. What did I say?
Stormlight.
Stormlight. Thank you.
So we got two healers. We're a place of healing, apparently.
Yeah.
Or you know what? I'll switch him over.
No, I love it.
Yeah,
I like
Keep
two
it.
healers. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We're a magical tree with poison and healing. We're good.
yeah, with poison and healing.
I always grumble and
maybe.
call you a Catholic, so
Yeah, I mean, super fair, super fair. That's the thing. It's two very different flavors of heal, right?
Mhm.
All right, so now we transition into the first minigame, which is the first step. For this, I would like each of you to describe the exact moment you realized that you couldn't keep fighting. You know, it could have been a wound that wouldn't heal, silence after a battle, just realizing you're too tired to be afraid anymore. Love for you to tell us whatever you can about that scene.
I had been sitting at a farm to rest me weary legs, and it was 1, maybe 2 years there, and I got to watch Declan grow up from a wee bab to the prize sheep he is today. And I realized I couldn't raise much if I continued to be on the road traveling. I wanted to leave my mark. I wanted to raise something, some things, find a place, set up a farm, ranch of my own, raise wee little creatures. Just so happens that the wee little creatures I'm raising are mostly feral cats. But I love them anyway.
Love that. With that, you can take a town experience immediately. You can tell us at the end of this what it is. Who would like to go next?
Are you ready, Sarah? Do you want me to go?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. The day I realized that I had to stop was when I hadn't slept for 5 days. There was always somebody chasing me for my gifts or for vengeance. And I couldn't stop being afraid of my shadow, which is the one place I thought I would always feel safe. So, one day, I packed my belongings and left the bustling city to find quieter climes. I don't know that it's quieter now, but at least there's less people trying to kill me. I don't know about the cats, though. Sometimes I wonder about the cats.
Aye, many more cats.
The cats might be trying to kill me. I haven't decided against that yet. I'm still keeping an eye on them.
They want your fingers. Add them to their collection.
Connal has said they're not going to kill me, they'll just take my fingers, which is equally problematic. I need these.
I love that. I guess we'll find out, right? We play to find out here at Streaming Rainbow. Yeah. Are the cats evil? Are they cozy? Are they both cozy and evil? We'll find out.
Most cats are.
That's true.
Hey.
It's just I'm being redundant here. We're just talking about cats. Sarah, if you're ready.
I am. Ezekiel. For Ezekiel, it came when writing his memoirs. In a tower, as any good wizard writes his memoirs in a tower. You don't go to a basement for a memoir. You go to a basement for an apothecary or an alchemist or something. If you want to write a memoir, you get in the highest tower you can. You find one rickety chair, and you, by golly, start writing. And when I wrote, I found that I just didn't have much to talk about, because all of my memories were of throwing fireballs into far too crowded places and killing far too many orcs. And I found that I could remember the smell of the burning flesh far better than I could the laughter of my friends. And I thought, this won't do for a memoir. So I decided that you're never too old to change your ways. And I decided I'm going to write beautiful poetry that expresses what's in my heart instead of what was burned in my path.
That's right, beautiful.
Yeah.
Stunning. Diego was quite moved by that when you spoke to him about it. Diego was tired of being afraid all the time. Diego was tired of having to see death. Diego was tired of having to be death. Diego's faith brought him into this work from a place of wanting to help heal people, from a place of wanting to bring more joy and community and togetherness and quality of life into the world than he found when he joined it. And he does not feel like that is how his life has shaken out. He knows that he's helped people in ways that he can. He knows that the violence he has been party to has been what generally would be considered justifiable. He cannot shake the sense that there has been an otherness to his life that was not the life he feels like he should have lived. It was not what he was meant to do, if there is a meant to do, and if there isn't a meant to do, it's not what he wants. So when we together found this hollowed out tree, a husk of a beautiful entity that is like too many others, no longer with us, but has left the gift of what was once its shell for us to inhabit, it struck Diego that this might be a perfect opportunity to turn something sour into something sweet, to work together to build the life that we all had been talking to each other for too long about wanting to live and thinking, well, what is stopping us? Why don't we just live it now? There's never going to be a right time. It's never going to be okay. The world is never going to stop doing what the world does. The violence will continue to beget violence. We had to decide to change. So for Diego, that's what this place is. This place is a gift that you all gave him. He is hoping to give to others, or do his part in giving to others. And he's grateful for it. He's grateful for all of you. So with those experiences in mind, what do we think everybody's first town experience is?
My first town experience, I'm going to take warm presence. I'm comforting to be around. That slowdown while I nursed my wounds for a year really taught Connal a lot about patience, and I think he learned a lot becoming basically a temporary shepherd to corral the sheep and get like befriend them and then become like, as a Dree, he's always been like one with animals, but I think that helped him really take it a step further and like warm up to the animals, warm up to the people on the farm, things like that. So I think he's just like a warm, patient presence.
I love that.
I think Indra is going their first experience is going to be as a brewer, because they don't know how to be anything else but productive. So with a brewer, they can concoct potions, salves, balms, and more.
Love that. That's awesome.
Ezekiel's first experience in town is spin straw into gold. He has learned to take his many years of adventuring and turn it into fantastic stories to enchant people with and lighten their burdens for a time.
I love that. For Diego, it's pretty practical. It's bandage wounds, so Diego's able to treat injuries. At this point, when we start our little venture here, Diego's not great with people still, but does like to feel useful, and did have to do a lot of battle medicine, right? Out in the world with y'all. So gives him something to do that he feels like he can get his hands on, that he understands. So that's his at the start. And we've got a shabby little tavern. Our kitchen's a little too small. Our vibes are a little bit off, right? But
It's
we're
all the
trying.
cats. It's all the cats.
Yeah.
All the cats. Is it our tavern or is it the cat's tavern and they just let us hang out there?
Hi, the guests love the cats.
Yeah.
But there's something a little bit off about it.
It's not the 6 digits. Everybody's fine with the 6 digits. It's the attitude. The attitude of the cats is a little like, should you be here?
It's a cat cafe where the guests are just tolerated.
Yeah, exactly. That's perfect. All right. So that brings us to our next minigame, which is going to be shields and skillets. So enchantments are volatile things, especially when they sit unused for years. A long time ago, many retired adventurers died in tragic accidents caused by their old enchanted equipment. Homes were leveled, sometimes even whole towns. Many believed these disasters were caused by the curses an adventurer accumulated over their career. Certain enchanters eventually realized the root of the problem, but they couldn't separate the magical and the physical on their own. It takes a high level of skill in both disciplines to disentangle the work that created such an item. This is why enchanters and blacksmiths often travel in pairs. And one such pair has just arrived now. So we have decided we're going to stop fighting, but we still have our gear. Old weapons, enchanted staves, cursed armor. These things are volatile when they're left unused. We can't make this home safe while holding onto our weapons of war. So we're going to take an item of violence and we're going to reforge it into something for the tavern. So I want everybody to pick a piece of gear that you kept from your old life. It can be what we said already in terms of your armor, but it doesn't actually have to be. It can be another item as well. When you're ready, please describe it. What does this dangerous thing do?
I think Indra. This is a hard one for them to let go of. They have a censer, so like something used in like the Catholic Church to get incense everywhere, but they used it to make to look fancy and make terrible like poisonous smoke you know what I mean? Like they used it as a weapon and like as a way to have a fog cloud, and they used it to hurt and to hide and to do all kinds of things. But it is this bejeweled, gleaming mithril that is almost like pearlescent in its color. Like you move it in certain ways and it changes colors, and part of that is the forging of it, but part of it is the caked on just layers upon layers of toxins and chemicals and spells and everything put into decades of work. And they've held on to it almost like a teddy bear. Like they've held on to it as as a comfort item. And I think this duo comes into town, and I think they look at Diego and they say, I have to let go of this, don't I?
So the other two who've come into town, who haven't introduced themselves yet, but they seem to be a couple, not just traveling as a pair. They seem to be paired, right? Two women, probably in their 50s. One clearly in enchanter's robes, another one very clearly a blacksmith, right? Like carrying all of the accoutrement of
the sapphic and the butch.
right.
Fully.
Exactly.
We get it.
And
The sapphic is actually the enchanter.
yeah. Say no more.
No, the other way. The
sapphic is the sapphic is the blacksmith.
It's the blacksmith, yeah,
it's
clearly.
blacksmith, for sure. Clearly.
I love it. So they come up. They are looking for a place to stay, and they've offered a bit of labor, some assistance from a mutual aid perspective, right? If they could have somewhere to crash for the night, they're happy to ply their wear, like do their work, right? When you turn to when Indra turns to Diego to ask this, that actually transitions perfectly into what we need to do here, because somebody else at the table needs to tell a story about how the time they saw you use that item to save a life or destroy a foe. So Diego catches your eye and says, "It might be time. Before you do, I don't know if our new friends would love to hear this, but I feel that we need to give that incredibly dirty censor a proper send-off. It has seen a lot of terrible and difficult things. It has gotten us safely through a lot of terrible and difficult things. But my favorite story was when we were at that tavern at the Capitol and you pulled it out to create ambiance in the space. I don't remember how many tankards of ale in we were, but you just decided that the vibes needed to be different. And you brought this weapon of war out and you filled it with I don't know what. But suddenly there was a nice haze all around the tavern in our area, and everyone seemed a little bit more relaxed. And it was honestly one of the most fun nights of my entire life. I did not ever want to ask you. You don't need to tell me now what was in what you put out there. But I wouldn't mind giving this a send off with that one more time if you happen to have any of it on you, because it was a very, very good time. And I got to say, I know it was years before we decided to do something like what we're doing now, and more years since, before we found this place. But I feel like a part of this dream, for me at least, was born that night, because you, who keep your distance a lot, let's be honest, right? We know each other for a long time, maybe not from us anymore as much, but that's definitely the overall, go-to stance you take. You did something so generous, and you took such a dangerous weapon you have and found another use for it. And I thought, fuck, I want that, right? I want that for you, but I want that for me. I want that for all of us. So yeah, even if you don't use it for that now, I figure that's what I want to remember about it. That's what I'd make the send off.
Thank you for reminding me of that. I've forgotten. It's a good memory.
For me, I think it'd be this thing. Holds up, pulls up the shield. Still very polished, clear, and you all have seen Diego every night as folks are going to sleep, polishes it up. This has helped me live longer than I probably deserve to have, right? And I'd love to find a use for it here in our new home that could be, it could help take care of people a different way. I don't know what that is. I leave that to you here, pointing at our two guests, to help guide us with. But that's my contribution to the pile. And then I would ask that one of the three of you jump in, as you'd please, to describe your association with this shield, a time that you saw Diego use it to save a life or destroy a foe.
That shield has seen the reflection of monsters, both human and otherwise, charging at it. That shield, I have seen it wielded not only to protect yourself, but to protect the weak, to protect the helpless, to protect those who did not invest in good magical equipment, which is a shame, and everyone should invest in good magical equipment before any adventure. But your shield, I will miss seeing it in your arms, because it always made me feel safer. Just having it around and knowing that you could use it to place it in between a terrible foe and anyone who should be protected. I remember the time when the orphanage was burning down, and you carried
what a
a
time.
small orphan in your shield. It was a memorable time, and I have written it here in my memoirs, along with a note that I should buy more magical equipment.
For the orphans.
For the orphans, yes.
For the orphans. Yeah. I love that. Sarah. what is Ezekiel looking to let go of in this moment?
The orb of Felskudar. The orb is a moon caught mid-breath, swollen with borrowed light, humming with secrets it was never meant to keep. Peer into it and the world loosens its themes.
Love that. And I ask Connal or Indra who would like to tell a story. And other than the types of stories I've mentioned so far, it could also include a glorious duel, a daredevil feat, a breaking point, an unexpected solution. Anything that matters to you.
I remember when you used that there orb to find this here tree. It's were a lair of a fell beast, but that orb of Felskudar, it let us get the jump. We knew the beast's schedule, its ins, its outs, when it would be away. We could lay a devastating trap for it. We wouldn't have been able to do that, or any of this, truly, without that there orb, that there moon of secrets, and whatnot, certainly non-corruptive device there.
I love that.
I don't suppose that this here pair could deal with a more human enchantment and perhaps transferring it to some sort of device. So I think that it's time for me to do away with this. And Connal undoes some of the ties on his robe and lets it fall, still tied at the waist. His upper body is carved, scarred in sigils, runes of both defense and offense. Each of these here marks a time I failed. A spell, a protection, a rune, a sigil I wish I had in that moment. Something that would have made it right. Could have made it right, but I can't keep carrying the past with me. Not like this. Not when we're looking towards the future, what little future some of us may have. I think it's time I lay these to rest, lay these failures down. They've served me well in many a circumstance, but they will not serve me here in this tavern.
They look at you with wide eyes, and you recognize the look of skilled artisans who are savoring a challenge, an unexpected joy to them that you've given as a gift here, that they are able to engage with an unusual request. Before they ask you a bit more about how you'd like it changed, Indra, do you have a story to share?
I think Indra takes this in. Is this the first time we've seen these, or is this a common sight that we would have seen these runes on your body?
I don't think that Connal will be like shy about it. Like, you've definitely seen him like carve, but he's not like outspoken about it. He's like, oh, it's time to add another rune. But it's more of like, you've seen him do it and probably asked him about it, and he's like, oh, well, if I had this here spell, then I could have saved those orphans and put out the fire. But alas, at least we had Diego's shield.
Yeah. I think Indra looks you over and then gently reaches out and puts a hand over one of the runes that is particularly harsh. Maybe it was carved in more anger or grief than others. I remember this one.
Okay.
And I also remember the family that you saved when the home couldn't have been. It was overwrought by a menacing plague.
Mm.
And you wanted to take that withering into yourself so it couldn't hurt others. But you saved the people to continue on. A place is a place. And the people continue.
Okay.
Moved by your hospitality, or our hospitality, and candor, and excited by all of the challenges before them, most especially the most unusual, this pair stands before you, ceremoniously ready in this hollowed out space, very lightly adorned at this point, offering to do their best to convert this into whatever you would like. But they do look to each of us for guidance. So, what would we like for this to be?
I want you to transfer these here skills and this here rune of intelligence to one of them damn cats. Now, that cat needs to earn its rent. It needs to use these abilities around to clean, to cook, right? We need more people.
If they want a
That's
cat
my
cafe, if they want a cat cafe, they better learn how to run it.
So I say, make me a harness for one of these cats.
Okay.
A cat of many skills.
Cat of Many Skills will be the name of the keepsake. I need you to please go ahead and flip a coin.
Let's see. And that would be tails.
As they are extremely excited, coming in to remove these runes, and you see that the enchanter is, as you might expect, taking point. They are using magics that Ezekiel likely has at least some familiarity with, but the rest of us can't place all of it. We recognize some of it, but some is a little bit arcane for us. And Ezekiel, you would pick up that this is a matter of complexity. What they're doing is very, very difficult, and it lifts with no small amount of pain off of Connal. Connal, how do you react to the pain?
It hurt just as much going in, but not all at once. This is the price of failure.
As you say, this is the price of failure. The pain spikes, and the hand of this enchanter holds out toward these runes as they lift as one off of your body and float above us, illuminating this hollowed out center of this tree, and are clearly unstable. And her partner comes in and puts a hand on her shoulder and whispers to her, any paying great attention, Indra, I think you in particular would likely hear, it's okay. It's okay. You can let it go if it's too much. No, I've got it. I've got it. And I need a decision from Connal. Connal, there's going to be very little of this item left to salvage. How in this moment, as you see this stranger struggling to hold on to these powerful remnants of your failure, that they know they've bitten off too much, they know they're about to lose, how do you say goodbye?
I think he looks over and sees like a supportive reaction to what is clearly a failure. Not someone who is punishing their partner, not someone who is really punishing themselves for what is truly like an earnest effort. And I think there's a part of him that feels that in this moment of like, if I fail here, someone doesn't get their food on time. If I fail here, a bed's not quite tucked in. It's not life or death anymore. Failures don't need to be punished that harshly anymore. And I think as he sees it go unstable, he points to the rune of intelligence. Says, if you can salvage one, salvage that one, and I can train the cat the rest.
And focusing in on that one, you see that with regret in her eyes, she flips her hands out a little bit, mutters something under her breath. The rest of the runes dissipate. And with everything that she has in this moment, she holds on to the one rune, and it bursts in a bright light and clatters to the ground. And you see a little bell on a collar. And that is what's left. And please add that keepsake to your sheet. And you will be able to place that on whichever cat or cats you wish. You could always switch it up if you need to over time.
A bell of one skill.
Yes. Seeing this outcome and the enchanter being worn down a bit by it already, who would like to go next?
And don't worry, lass. It's a lot to bear. I would know.
You see gratitude in her eyes. A little bit of a tearing. She really thought she had it, you know? Maybe next time. I think maybe Diego goes next, with an eye toward thinking that the shield might be more of the blacksmith's area. Some enchanting still needed, but to try to give this new friend a break. And says, it's hard to think what this might be. We don't really have a good cook here, unless maybe the cat can work it out. But I think something like that. A pot, skillet, something. Big paella bowl, you know? Something that can make a lot of food all at once. For us and for those who come, so that there's always more food for whoever needs it. You know, I like the idea. The village I grew up in, there was tradition of, you know, a few folks around town would have big pots going all day, and people just add more and more to it, like a constant thing. It's the same pot for like a month in a row, right? And people would come up, and anything that you needed, anybody who was hungry, even people passing through, were was invited in, welcome to have as much as they wanted, just asked if there was anything that they could contribute back into it. I'd love to have this be something like that. And Blacksmith says, I actually think this might not take a lot of enchantment work to change, because what protects this. Tell me if I'm right, dear. And then her wife says, no, I think you're right. What protects this will be able to protect it in its new use. So I'll see what I can do to shape it in spite of those protections. And that is...
Did you just roll a coin?
I did. It's a D2. It's a D2 over here. And that is unfortunately also tails. So...
Oh, no.
The greatest difficulty that she finds is in shaping it in spite of that enchantment. And because her wife is sort of resting, is recovering, needs a little bit to recuperate, can't do much in this moment, keeps offering the help. And, the blacksmith says, no, I've got it. It's fine. I think I can work around it this way. Spends a little bit too much time on that. And pretty much anything can be a pot, right? So it still functions generally as one, but it doesn't seem like it's going to cook very well or hold very much. Something we probably should replace, right? When we can get some actual cookery. And actually still having the enchantment on toward the end of the process, the enchanter says, I think I'm a little worried. Was this heat resistant? And Diego realizes that it was actually. It's protected us a lot from fire. And says, that'll probably be fine, right? Going to say I'm adding a heat resistant pot as my keepsake over here. Heat resistant.
Could fill it with coals and put it under your bed.
Yeah.
That is a thought. I want you to know I'm putting pot in quotation marks. It's
a wee thing, but
yeah. By the time that finishes, she actually her wife does say, I feel a little bit better now, right? I think I'm gonna be okay. I think I can contribute a little bit more to this next one, and then looks to the two of you who are left to see what you might want to do.
I feel like the orb is going to be way more up the enchanter's alley, so I want to see what's your orb plan, Sarah?
I desire the bowl of Felskadar. Its rim curls inward like a knowing smile, etched with sigils so old they've forgotten whether they were meant as blessing or warnings. Each bite tastes of comfort remembered rather than learned. A childhood meal you can't quite place, a kindness you suspect came with conditions. While emptied, it is never truly empty.
I love that so much. And so do they. And the enchanter's like, it seems like something that we can work on together, dear. And, the blacksmith says, after you, I think the enchantment's the more important part. I could do the shaping afterwards. They get to work. You see between the two of them, there's a really comfortable pattern that makes it clear they've been together for a long time. They seem to really enjoy seeing each other ply this trade that each of them have great passion for, and they seem to really like to see the other be good at it. Like they like when they do little flourishes and show it off. How does it go? Go ahead and flip us a coin.
All right,
we love partners supporting partners.
Yeah,
third time
that is
the charm.
unfortunately also tails.
Wow. This pig is not poised, guys.
maybe
Should be the poison pig.
Maybe
this might be the poison pig. Sorry, guys.
We mispronounced it. It was poisoned the whole time. No,
Are you too new to your jobs?
They're like, oh, we're trainees. No,
we got the interns.
This is a third career.
It's a pivot. It's a midlife pivot for both of them. The one they switched jobs. The blacksmith used to be the enchanter. The enchanter used to be the blacksmith. They were like, we should do the true west of this, and just flip it around. So I just joke in there. All right. So anyway, I will say they do seem quite tired. and I think by this point they're looking a bit embarrassed. You might understand intuitively, as fellow adventurers, they might have had a little more juice tomorrow, right? They wanted to help now. It was clear in how they presented it. They felt like they needed to do this tonight so that they could feel like they earned their keep in this place. But they're probably pushing themselves a little too hard, right? So they mess up the enchantments a bit, and they fizzle out. The enchantments just dissipate. So instead of changing into an ever refilling bowl, just get shaped into a bowl.
Oh, well.
You can still call it the heritage name you gave it, Ezekiel. But it is now entirely bereft of the magic that it was once infused with. You do see, as that magic dissipates and mortified embarrassment covers the face of this poor enchanter, that if you follow the trails of it, and especially to you, Ezekiel, most attuned to this magic, that they alight in the air and light up the leaves, and you feel like something of it may still exist above the poised pig, though you can't really tell what. Indra, are you ready to let go of this censor?
After seeing that,
I think I'm ready to be patient, because I would rather not put a guest in harm's way. So yeah, I think I brew them both some calming tea and send them to bed. And listen, we wanted to have one last party of it, right? So like we're all sitting down in like the main area with like around our like one of our tiny rickety tables. I have a little bit of this. It's just this of an herb. Like it's like Connal helps me find it. Like it's so it's got
long bottom leaf.
Yeah, exactly. And but it's dried, and it's got a very light herbal scent that's very like almost like lemongrassy. Like it's got a very citrusy and like happy feeling to it. And we all sit around with our drinks and remember. And oh god, yeah, remember that orphan? God, they loved that shield. They wanted to change their name to Shield.
Yeah. They wanted it to be their crib.
Yeah. They did.
It might be a better crib. Do we want to donate it to be a crib?
I was like, it doesn't seem very comfortable, but it could be maybe a sturdy bed, or we could use it as a way to, transport the injured in a safe way. Looking over at Connal here, I don't know if that's something we could talk about. Looks over at Ezekiel for a second and indicates, Zeke, you have you think you have the juice to put up some kind of a force field around us right now?
Ezekiel takes a long puff off of his pipe, taps the ash into the bowl of Felskadar, which is now just an ashtray.
The ashtray of Felskadar.
Felskadar. And says, yeah, I reckon I still got some juice. I can take care of that for you. And opens up his robes and... Oh, wait, doesn't open up his robes. That would be just...
I was like, hey, listen.
It's a different type of party.
Opens up his arms and makes a magical gesture to a beautiful streaming rainbow of light falls over the tavern and creates a protection spell.
And that protection spell creates a hot box so that we can have as much fun as possible with this long bottom leaf. that is officially now protected by the streaming rainbow. Go ahead. We all make merry, enjoy each other's company, tell stories. This traveling pair introduces themselves, and their names are Cassandra and Claudia. And Cassandra and Claudia, Cassandra is actually the blacksmith, and Claudia is the enchanter. Cassandra and Claudia tell some stories that sound quite familiar to us of similarly difficult times, and I think that we may recognize in their eyes, their smiles, their equivocations, what they say and what they don't, the same wear and tear that brought us to make this place. Diego, for his part, says, "We're grateful to have you here. Thank you for being our first real guests, other than the cats, unless we're the guests of the cats. We're still figuring that out." You can go ahead and take, and here Diego would offer his own sort of meager sleeping arrangements. I plan to go on patrol anyhow. We're still setting up the other beds. We'll give you your privacy. And in the morning, if you'd like, if you feel up to it, you can complete the work for Indra here. Glad you didn't do it tonight, though. This has been fun.
What are you patrolling for, laddie?
Cats.
There's nothing out here. You go on patrol every night. Haven't found not one thing in this here forest.
I've just been assuming he went out for a wank.
You know, we do
that's the Protestant thing to do.
Yeah. We do need to work on privacy. I don't know, Zeke, if you have any like sound dampening spells in the interim, so we could have that privacy while we try to build out a little bit more infrastructure. Going out for a wank would not be bad, but I will say, for similar reasons, I still go for these walks. I can't stop calling them patrols, and honestly, I can't stop looking out, even though all I hear are birds. And
That's the Morgan keeping us safe.
I think so. I hope so. I kind of can't sleep without doing it. You know, I try to get in bed and not do it. My mind just won't stop till I run the checks. Sometimes I'll run the checks again. Maybe the leaf will help tonight. We'll see.
Diego, I have something that can help you sleep if you need it.
I would love that. Yeah. I do think it's a good idea, Connal, and thank you for mentioning. I do think I should try to break that habit. Right. And thank you, Indra. You don't even have to tell me what it is. I'm in a happy mood and I trust you.
Now that's dangerous.
Yeah.
Just like, I think Indra's like, if you don't want to go for a walk, I can do it now. Or if you want to go for a walk, get some fresh air and come back, I'll have it for you then, whenever you like.
I think he looks over at Connal feeling like he should take it now, but then can't help himself and says, I'm just going to stretch my legs very quickly, just get a little bit of fresh air. I'll be back in 20 minutes at the moment. Comes back an hour later.
Orphan steps. And by then another tea has been made. Like a sleepy time, like there's a bear holding a steaming mug. No. It's
and we've been hotboxing the whole time.
Yeah.
Fully. So mellow and so
now it's just that I love you. You're my party, but you're more than my party. You're my family. But not in like a familial bonds type of, but like,
Where's the cat? I can hear it.
Well, the cats are also hotboxing. Right?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh.
Including the intelligent one, if you've put it on anybody yet.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I should make a catnip version of this.
I don't think you need to.
The intelligent cat looks up and says, "He's right. This works perfectly."
How
This cat's been smoking his whole life.
how do we pick? Is it always going to be this cat, or are we going to pass it around like cat of the week?
I think it's more of a Highlander type thing.
It can only be one.
Oh,
There can be only one.
If I get a vote, I'd love to keep it. I feel like getting this and then losing it would be devastating. But I guess it's
Possibly.
up to you. I don't have thumbs to work this thing.
But that's what the sixth toe is for.
I know. You
I can use this for that.
Learning that he has opposable thumbs.
Try to do a pincer motion with it. What can I do?
He's the king of
it
all
is-
cats.
And I will say that it is a white cat, as we can see the tail there coming in at the bottom. That is canonically the look of the cat.
King of
Well, in
cats.
that case, their name is Smudge.
Smudge.
Excellent name.
They'll look up and be like, Smudge, that feels right. I like it. I like you. Thanks. And just like licking, you know.
What a rough cat. That cat has had a life.
Yeah. It's
Been
real feral.
For you. Yeah.
Also, wait, is Declan with us? Because I want to squeeze that sheep.
Declan's right outside.
I just want to go out and just go squish.
Is the softest sheep.
Oh, we
I
gotta
think
shear you
that's
soon,
actually-
buddy.
I think that's actually the moment that Diego comes back. Diego sees the smoke coming out of the room because I guess the door is not covered by the protection spell, so there's a little bit that came out there, or it's like thinner to let you out, and is like, all right, touches it. Is like, I need a minute. Goes in there, deep breaths for like
Yeah.
a minute or two, comes back out and is like, oh yeah, this is nice.
This is
Good. I'll take this with the tea in hand that you left for him. Just drinking that while doing the thing. Anything else anybody want to do before everyone goes to sleep?
Yeah, I think we're ready for sleep after all that hotboxing.
Aye.
Yeah. So I will say, if Connal's okay with it, as happy as Diego is and relaxed between the tea and the smoke and the walk and the sheep's softness and the kindness of all of you and our two new friends, Cassandra and Claudia, goes to sleep next to the sheep outside. The sheep is just like comfy. There's a full cuddle going on. Sometimes the sheep is the big spoon, you know.
Yeah.
It's
Declan's a trained therapy sheep.
Man.
We got him the certificates in the city.
And you hear Diego half asleep already, being like, "Oh, that's nice. You're very accomplished."
Just count that one sheep.
Yeah. One.
Declan has the most education of any of us.
Yeah.
True.
Aye.
I don't know. You're pretty. Ezekiel's pretty educated. I as a wizard.
Ezekiel's an autodidact, right? Like no formal training. Just,
All eldritch.
yeah. Yeah. So we all get a good night's sleep. I think we've all earned it. Even our two guests who relaxed with a long bottom leaf, enjoyed the stories, and were able to get a rest on a softer, even though Diego's bed is not the most cozy that it could be, a softer bed than they've had in quite some time. Morning, Diego is feebly trying to cook something up, not very good at it, in his terrible pot that will not heat, thinking when he sees Connal for the first time that morning, says with a bit of frustration already in his voice, maybe a cot, maybe this could just be a cot, right? Or we could take it and use it to cart supplies around. We'll figure something out. How do you all start your morning?
Connal goes out not far enough away from the tree, still within sight line, gets full ass naked and just sits on the grass and just like feels it, grounds himself. You can see him just like running his fingers through the grass and muttering something in the language that he uses for his many spells and runes.
Love that.
I think Indra starts the day also like shoulder to shoulder with Diego, kind of laughing at the frustration of trying to cook in a fire resistant cooking utensil. But I think they make like a porridge every morning because it's like close to brewing. So like they've made like a porridge and a tea, and they are starting to get prepared to go and gather their ingredients that they have for different balms and salves and all that. So that's they start their day with a meal and then go out and do some foraging.
Love that.
Usually waiting for Connal, letting Connell's having his naked time. So gotta let him have his naked time, and then once he's done with that and has a meal, then we can go.
Is Connell's naked time like a daily ritual?
Oh yeah, every day. He says it's how he like makes sure he remains connected to the earth and the dwarf and similar things, but it's like a meditation. It does last a full hour.
Fully warn our guests and say, hey, just watch out if you just don't look that way unless you're a fully naked man.
Yeah,
he's not bad to look at. I'm telling you, it's not a bad sight. I'm just saying,
especially now the scars are gone.
If it's not your thing,
yeah.
scars were fine. But I mean, but if it's not your if I would get the impression that maybe seeing a naked man isn't your deal. So just fair warning.
I think they both shrug and they're like, yeah, I mean, we're not super into it, but we don't mind. Do what they do.
I
right?
assume what you do is like that's a really big jump scare.
Yeah, it's fair. I mean, I appreciate it. This is Claudia talking. Definitely would have elicited a double take if we didn't get the warning. So thanks. Knowing that this is just something important to them. We don't judge. It's all good.
No.
Perhaps you may wish to use the privacy screen of Felskadar. Once drawn, the air within it changes character, sounds soft and rounded at the edges as the privacy seeps in. Those inside feel gently unobserved.
We could use that. Does he want to use that?
Well, he's never asked for it, so I just assume not.
I think that might get in the way of connection.
Yeah, that's fair. And I think here Cassandra pipes in and says, we might want to use it if it's okay to wash ourselves up after.
Yes.
But we'd like to finish the work that we offered you before we do that, and are on our way. We should probably get going later today, but maybe we could do the work, and then after that, it'd be good to clean ourselves so that we're nice and clean by the time we head out. Maybe have a little meal we could help with a little bit, and then we'll be on our way. And with that, we do come back to Indra and the censor and what Indra may want it to become.
I think after last night, Indra wants it to still be a beacon of comfort, like of being reminded of that initial memory from Diego. It's like, oh, it can still be something good, but it has too much darkness. So basically, Indra just says, is there a way to cleanse it? Is there a way to rid it of all of these terrible deeds that it's done? And it can just be something, it can just be a censor. Like it can just be there.
Okay. Love that. All right. Go ahead and flip a coin.
Listen, guys, let's see if my shitty luck
interesting if we got 4 out of 4 tails. So,
6% chance.
yeah.
It's been shown that I suck at both card pulling and dice rolling. So
Maybe coin flipping's the thing.
maybe that's the thing.
Yeah.
Ha! Hey, it's a heads.
Hey, we got one. They just
We
need some
got
sleep.
one. Hey,
All
listen.
right.
Hey, one for Bong. Let's go.
So they're 1 for Bong. Well, you do still, you can make it a Bong if you want to. It is, you see they are quite well rested. You get the sense that these are transformed people. One night of kindness and rest and safety was enough that they are able to be their full selves in this moment, and they are formidable. Where you might have suspected that they could have maybe not been so great at their jobs the night before and could be forgiven for thinking that, you realize they must have gone through hell before they got here. Because with the one night's rest and kindness in this shabbily adorned place that we call our new home, they have become among the most talented and powerful enchanters and blacksmiths, respectively, that either of you has ever seen, or that any of us have ever seen. The enchantment happens first, and you see first that any magical enchantment geared toward harm, the causing of harm, is expertly removed layer by layer, piece by piece, by the enchanter. You also see that any enchantments that were there, that were defensive, that would make this other than a mundane object, are also peeled away, as the request was for this to simply be a censer. And at the end of the magical part of the process, the formally magical part of the process, a little bit of cleaning occurs, so that all that is left is not the grime and cake built up over the course of endless memories, some of which were nice, many of which are not, is gone. And you see that the metal, before it's even worked, is of a different quality and color than you thought you remembered it being. What do you think it is?
I think it's a like I described it. It was pearlescent. It was many colors, and I thought that was part of the metal. Like I thought that was more the metal than anything else. And now that it's clean and everything's been stripped away, it is this beautiful gleaming white gold, like an actual beacon. It is hopeful and light and comfort. Yeah.
It's like the opposite of Saruman.
Yeah.
So they make
I
a
did-
final.
I did a reverse Saruman, you guys. Let's go.
They make a final. That's a very powerful move. They make a final offer to this keepsake, which you can add to your sheet, and say this can stay a censer if you'd like, but with these hands, for blacksmithery, we can shape this even just slightly. It can retain the same look to have different functions. Do you want it to stay a censer, or is there something else you'd like for it to do?
I think I look at my friends and I say, I mean, do we want a lantern? Do we want something to be a light in our home?
If you're wanting a beacon, then a lantern to guide travelers to this here poised pig. It seems right to me. You can still use it for incense and such.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Seems only
A lantern, then.
appropriate.
Yes. I
So
agree.
you see the blacksmith makes a few adjustments. Does not take as long as you would think, to form this into a beacon and with a hook and an opportunity connected to that hook to place it where you would like, near the entrance of our new home. Giving Diego an idea too, looking over at the rest of the group and thinking, maybe this could be a sign. put up a sign on here. We'd probably have to add something to it, right? But
I know carving that shield.
no, but maybe we could get something on there. And if you like that idea, I think it'll remain on my keepsakes as a heat-resistant pot, but we might find a way to use it in a different fashion in the future.
Right.
And with that, our friends say goodbye to us, wish us well, and we've had our first guests at our new home. How does it feel?
You know, if this is gonna be a true tavern, I suppose we're gonna need some rooms that are not our rooms for people to
Yeah.
sleep in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can we build up? Can we make a tree house in?
We probably can.
Aye. Why not?
Don't see how that would be a problem.
Can't be as hard as fighting a three-headed dragon.
No, surely not.
No, but maybe as hard as fighting a four-headed one, right? All right, so now we move next to wear and tear. In a place like this, any home really, there's always something to fix, something to clean, something to pay off, right? Here, you got to get ready for those guests. Got to get ready to be welcoming for any neighbors, if we have any, even though we're kind of remote. People who live out in remote areas think of neighbors differently, right? People who are a few miles away might be that for us. So let's turn the love that we want to give them toward our new home as we play Wear and Tear. Each character here is going to describe what they're working on. So each of us are going to be working on our own things. As we're doing that, we're going to ask each other for help, right? And from there, I'll guide us. So does anybody want to go first in volunteering what it is that they are doing?
Yeah. Connal is standing rather in the middle of this sort of like central area of this tree that we've carved out, and has pushed kind of all the like tables and stuff that we have here to the side, and is swirling his staff around and growing a staircase and a second level out of this tree to build out kind of the foundation for some actual like rooms to host people.
I do think that Diego would help with that, because manual labor is going to be a comfort zone for Diego. Wants to take a supportive role though, right? So where you're delineating, it would be good to have this here and there, mostly trying to do as much manual labor with it as possible. Carry everything that you let him carry, pile it up, move it again, move it a third time if needed, right? Trying to lose himself a little bit in the manual labor of it.
Diego, can you take that there hammer of Felskadar and get these pictures hung up?
Yeah. Puts down some rather large pieces he was just carrying. Absolutely. And here I should point out, because I realized I didn't do a great job of the visual picture of Diego before. Diego is built like a fucking brick house, but not very tall, right? So just very, very wide, not a very tall person. Carries way more than you think that he would. Grabs that hammer, very comfortable with it, and starts following orders.
If you need the stepladder of Felskadar, I think that's in the closet.
Thanks.
Hammer is never where you left it. It waits.
It waits.
Well, as I like the idea that as Ezekiel says that, Ezekiel's not even in the room with us.
No.
Get used to that.
I do like
He's
the
in the
idea of a
trees.
lurking stepladder. Like you look and just like peeking around the corner. Like that's
The stepladder is there, and just Diego thinks that Ezekiel sent the stepladder over there, having already seen ahead of time that we were going to have this conversation, just pushing them along. And I was like, all right, buddy, come on, and just calls the step ladder to follow him instead of having to carry the step ladder. Exactly.
Magician's Apprentice music starts playing. Oh no.
And just hammering. While Diego is doing that, and we have heard a little bit from Ezekiel. Indra, what is Indra wanting to do here? Work on this way.
I think before Diego is putting is following directions and hammering, I think Indra has gone around. They have made up something of like a varnish for the walls, not quite a paint, but something to protect and seal the wood. So because this was kind of a rotting tree, so they're trying to protect the tree itself from further rot, but also protect people inside from getting sick or having tree bits fall on them. It's bad. Mold is bad, I guess. So
the tree bits are the best part.
I don't on purpose though. Like I want to be in control. I don't want surprise tree bits in my face when I wake up in the morning. No one wants surprise bits in the face. So they have they're going along and like kind of so it's Indra like painting this varnish on everywhere and then being like, okay, you're good to go ahead and do the decor. So going through and again like it's like a protective varnish for like, but it's good. Like I think that they have worked with Connal as well to like, I think this plant like would be really good, would be a good balm for this. Like, what do you think? Like, and they've partnered together to come up with an eco-friendly varnish to do that. So
Oh, you were right. Adding that there dragon mint did make it smell mighty nice in here.
yeah, it actually enjoyable place to be. I could a person would sleep in here.
Aye.
As the two of you work on that, Ezekiel, what have you been up to?
Ezekiel has decided that the kitchen is just an absolute filthy mess. And with his wand, he has conjured a rain cloud in the kitchen to wet it out and has brought out the mop of Felskadar.
Who is this Felskadar? I keep
That's actually
asking,
just Ezekiel's last name.
Is that the secret? I ask, and Ezekiel goes off onto some random tangent and tells me stories. So
Its handle is a crooked length of ashwood, stained 1,000 shades darker than water alone could justify. If you stare too long, you feel the faint urge to follow it downward, to be wrung out along with whatever the mop has already erased.
I have never wanted to mop less, and I don't want to mop.
I will say here, I think Diego, fresh from the hammering with the stepladder of Felskadar in tow,
And the hammer of Felskadar.
and the hammer of Felskadar in tow, handled just here, looks over and says, "Could you use some help?"
He is literally eating a scone while the mop does the work for him. I mean, yes. I've been working very hard and would prefer to work less hard. So if you could help, that would be very satisfying.
Hard work sounds satisfying to me, and grabs up the rags of Felskadar. and,
Stained with an oil that has come from beyond the stars.
I need to run to the Ace Hardware of Felskadar, guys.
Just gets on hands and knees, is doing that. As Diego's doing that, Diego wants everybody to be happy and has noticed a little bit of frustration come up in some moments during stretches of work. It's hard work. It's not always going the way we want it to. And while going through this labor, which in the rites of his religion is a form of devotion, seeks guidance, a sign from his deity. What can I do to make this better for everyone here? What can I do to help my friends feel like we're getting somewhere? And as I am Diego, I ask you all, as 3 elements of their deity, what do they hear back?
Some more cat food would be great. It'd be really bring all the cats in.
I don't think that's the day. I think that's
No, I don't think that's the deity. Sorry.
That's that cat that smoked for too long. That's
Yeah.
Smudge. Smudge is next to your shoulder going, give me cat food.
Yeah.
And I laughing, Diego says, I'll add it to the list. Oh.
I believe that this place needs more warmth. The cold chill seeps into the wood, and it will seep into the gas unless we warm it with the warmth of our hearts.
Felskedar's warmth.
The warmth of Felskedar.
And the furnace of Felskedar, with flames twisting in colors known beyond the mentality of man.
I think so. Warmth is a great one. I think you hear an echo of something that Diego had said earlier, which was, we need a sign. So we can't etch into the mighty bowl of fire resistant pot.
Yeah.
But we can etch on the outside of our tree. So maybe you can etch a poised pig.
And the actual deity answer. A place for respite, an alcove, quiet, peaceful, one that can be used for prayer, for meditation, for learning, for those things that need a moment of privacy, a moment of quiet, a moment of peace.
Thank you. Thank you for always answering. And gets up, having completed this act of devotion, and looks out through the doorway and sees a farmhand coming up. This farmhand is quite young for an adult, equivalent look of early 20s, maybe. Hat in hand, and hardy of constitution, and they look sheepish, which is funny because they're next to Declan, right?
Yeah.
The emotional support sheep over there, just already petting it, didn't even know. Excuse me, are you all looking for someone to help around here?
Always.
I don't have my home is gone. And I don't have much to offer, but myself, I have some skills. I don't mind hard work, and I could use somewhere to stay. Could I earn my keep?
If you can make your room up there, it's yours.
All right. And
that means making the bed, means making the decoration, the dresser, the trunk.
Do you have an axe I could use to cut some?
Go talk to Zeke.
Ezekiel?
Yeah.
Do we have the axe of Felskadar?
Ah, the axe of Felskadar, its blade twisted in the mines of the deep, its handle greater than a man's hand can carry, and yet it chops.
Thank you, Zeke. It's nice to meet you. I am you, Y-E-W.
Oh.
I'm you. And shoulders it and says, I will go cut up some wood. I will see if there's any we need for fire as well. And I am not much of a carpenter, but everybody starts somewhere, right?
Oh yeah.
Heads back out. We to close this day of work out. What part of the renovation requires everyone to pitch in all at once?
I mean, I have a pitch,
Yeah.
Pitch it.
which is once we have like the foundation for the room, just like we asked you to set up the room, like there's a lot of work to decorate the rooms, to get them like actually cleaned up and like get all the furniture in there, get it in a place that it can be like host people, get locks on the doors. Like there's a lot of setup on that second floor.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think that deep into the night, that is what takes us there. Diego flits in and out of it a little bit, thinking everybody needs to eat and drink, trying to get people water. Still not any good at cooking, and the pot is still not helping. But does what he can from what we've foraged. Hasn't had time to hunt today. We didn't have any meat ready, so it's going to be a vegetarian dinner. Tries to make that as interesting as he can. Isn't hyper successful, but passes it around. You'll note gives a little less to himself than he's portioned out to everybody else, so that our new friend you can have some, because had not planned for that at the start of the day. And by the end of this day, you see that the atmosphere in our home, which now does have a sign etched using the edge of the heat resistant pot to do the etching, a mediocre but discernible pig that does look slightly dainty, like in good, like it has posture, um and that's what Diego's got for a poised pig, right? Just outline of that. And I think with that feeling, we actually move the atmosphere up to a 2. A little plain but homey. Not a bad place to get a good night's sleep.
Yay.
Delightful.
Hooray!
Alrighty. How are we feeling, gang? Are we up for another minigame?
I can do another minigame.
Yeah, one more would be good.
Let's do
One
one more
more.
and then
Close it
we
out.
can close it
Yep.
out with that. Yeah.
Love it. So I am going to let you all decide without telling you fully what you're deciding. Do you want to meet the folks in the area? Do you want to confront a bit about yourselves? Or do you want to enjoy the peace that you have started to build?
Hmm.
I think some colorful folks would be fun.
People could be
I'm
fun.
down.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So we are going to play NPC Side Quest. NPC Side Quest will not surprise anybody watching us at home who has ever played a video game, because it is very directly descriptive in its title. Our adventuring days may be over, but there are plenty of people in town that could use our help. Why don't you all tell me a little bit about the closest town. Since we are a quiet stop in the wilderness, it's not too close, but there is a closest one. What is it?
The closest town, you can tell the borders of it from a mostly ruined wall. The wall was put up during sort of warring times, recent times when monsters roamed these woods and lands, and has since, with these times of peace, been dismantled stone by stone to build up the buildings inside.
Love that. What else?
As a result, the newer buildings have the foundations of old stone and newly quarried stone on top as they ran out of their wall stone. So all of the newer buildings have a very specific look of roughness at the bottom, and then a more clean hewn look as it goes up.
All right. And Indra, what's for you?
The oldest parts of this town can be found in small altars to the old ways.
Okay.
So there are specific altars that are offerings to like forest spirits. And so rough hewn stone, almost like stacked stones, but there's always a bowl of water or dried fruits or nuts or some kind of food or beverage left out untouched by humans. That is only for the animals of the forest, both spiritual and real.
I think what strikes Diego most about this place is the lack of suspicion with which we were greeted when we arrived. Looking very much like the people who we have been in our lives up until this point, and therefore potentially posing a threat, were still accepted immediately with a kindness that could uncharitably be considered naive, but with wiser eyes could be shown to be a way of living chosen by a people who have decided not to live in fear. Now, I'd love for you all to get your standard deck of playing cards and six-sided dice. Well, just one die. And one at a time, I need to know what suit you pull, and I need to know what number you roll. And while you all are doing that, I can do Diego's first. I pulled a King of Hearts, and I rolled a 4. So, hearts are quests for dealing with pests. And the 4... actually, I do need to know what the suit, or sorry, what you actually pulled in terms of the card. So, 4. I need some of my old adventuring gear to do this, and it's been buried under other things in my room. A noble from this town has asked me to do this, and I'm going to have to deal with a flock of noisy geese.
Unnamed
Alright.
goose game.
I rolled a 3 on my d6, and I pulled a 7 of clubs. Because this is a handy roll, it becomes an 8, right?
Yay!
All right, so clubs are gathering quests. And you rolled a 3, so you also need some of your old adventuring gear to do this, and it's been buried under other things in your room. So both of us got to go searching in our rooms for stuff. You had a young parent reach out to you and ask you to find minerals for new paint.
Minerals. That's not me specialty, but I'll make do.
Indra?
I pulled the 8 of spades and I rolled a 4.
Okay, so you also need some of your adventuring gear to do this, and it's been buried under other things in your room. You said an ace of spades? Is that here?
8.
Eight of
8
spades.
of spades.
All right, so
8 of spades.
spades are crafting quests. So a kind teacher asked you to build a fence. Just a fence to help keep their livestock at their home in. Even though they work as a teacher, they live on a farm. And they're worried about the safety of their animals. It's not about keeping anybody out. It's just about trying to put something around for people so that their livestock can stay in. And what about Ezekiel?
Ezekiel has pulled the ace of clubs and has rolled a 2.
Okay, so clubs are again gathering quest. With the 2, it's going to take a while. You're going to need somebody to cover your shift at the poised pig to be able to get this done, because it's going to take all of your attention. The captain of the guard reached out to you and wants you to get a large amount of herbs for the apothecary. So we all are absolutely able to help each other out as we see fit. We are trying to get all of this done on the same day, which was maybe not the best planning for the poised pig. Poor you is probably going to have to cover for all of us, with Smudge helping, if we think that's what Smudge does.
Smudge helps. Smudge is a good cat. Yeah.
We've got the magical mop of
Felskadar. All of the Felskadarian animated objects.
They help as much as they hurt.
I need to borrow the hammer. That's the only thing I need.
All right. I think I hand you the hammer because I think I had the hammer last, and I give you that. I mentioned, we might want to do this in a certain order, maybe. I feel like I could get really stuck in the weeds dealing with the noisy geese. So if you want, I can support you all in what you're doing with your gatherings of things first. And then after that, the geese aren't going anywhere. That's the problem, as far as I can tell. So I think maybe we can, so we don't have pressure on that, right? If everybody's okay with that.
I, for one, would love to get the herbs sorted.
It does sound like this will take a long time. We may as well start with the thing that might take longest.
Yeah.
Swallow the frog.
Yeah, absolutely. What are the obstacles along the way that we encounter? The first big obstacles that we encounter?
So many angry geese. It's
Maybe I made a mistake as I'm trying to push them out of the way gently. I'm trying not to hurt them. I actually have the heat-resistant pot with me, and I'm trying to scoop them up out of the way with the pot. And I'm like, I'll figure out what this is for one day. I hope it helps. I'm just kind of trying to use it still kind of as a shield, but I'm trying not to make it too much of a shield. So just scoot them that way and give us room to get to these things. What about you all? What are you doing?
Yeah, I think just trying to find these herbs, and maybe also looking for those minerals too that I can help use my brewing, my apothecary tools to distill down to something that can actually be useful for Connal.
I think Connal is going to shapeshift into a goose. Which it's like a goose, but it has his full red beard.
Nice. Love
Terrifying.
And it's going to try and convince them to help with gathering the large quantity of herbs.
So as you speak goose to these geese, they speak back. Everybody just hears honk, 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 and it's like a chorus of
Add nightmare.
but Connal hears very distinguished, well, I've never. And it's turns out that all of them feel very offended that their natural habitat has been trampled upon by these bipeds. I mean, they're bipeds too, right?
Yeah.
Bipeds, who just decided that this was all their land. This was all for them to do with what they wish. And it's less that they don't, it's not really that they don't have enough room for what they're doing. It's on principle. They just feel like they should have been asked, and they would have been happy to share. So I think
it's been decades, years, centuries, even.
Well, you know, a goose never lets go of a grudge.
You weren't even born.
My noble family line would be forever besmirched if I did not continue to honk day and night until we get our due recompense. Good day, sir.
Well, we've got a tavern not too far from here. It's a good spot. You can settle there.
You hear here
The honking.
You hear here that the honks get a little bit quieter. I don't know how to honk quietly. That's why that's it. Yeah, just
keep trying.
Yeah, we'll get there.
And it's a toot, little toots. And what you hear in Goosey's is, and they turn around and in unison they say, "This tavern will be acceptable. Point us in the direction of it."
I need to return to get some of my things anyways, and I will lead the goose troop back to the tavern.
And as you complete Diego's task, this just more geese than you realized come out of the woodwork, just hidden in the bushes, in the areas all around. You realize we were all surrounded by geese. If we had chosen violence this day, it was a flood of geese that were going to fall upon us. And now it is a lot of geese, same flood, that will be finding a way to make a piece of the land around the Poised Pig their home. While you go back there to lead them there and to get the gear that you need, what are the rest of us doing?
That's a lot of geese. Are they going? Is he? Oh God. Oh, okay. I think that's a problem for another day. Yeah, I'm just focusing on gathering as much as I can.
Along with the cats.
Oh, the honking is happening.
What will the cats think, I wonder?
We could ask did we, because we haven't, I don't think we formally, oh no, we said that Smudge was staying back. So I will say when Connal gets back leading this group of geese, you is busy working inside. Smudge is watching the door like a little bouncer for no reason. Nobody's trying to come in. And but Smudge looks very, very happy with themselves about it, you know, like a little drunk on power. What do they say, Bastion, when they see you approaching?
You brought dinner.
That'll go over well.
That's okay. The geese can't understand him.
The geese can't understand him. But I will say that if you define your powers here, if you can respond in common or whatever it is that they're speaking from this form, you're welcome to, telepathically or out loud.
Sure, I think I can communicate with animals. I think you can only eat the old and frail ones, the ones they won't miss. All right, the rest of them are going to live here with us.
I love that. Smudge says, "All right, I'll tell the others." And he goes, meow, and they're just in. And you hear like little meowing that sounds to you, especially shape changed like this, all the more sensitive to it, sounds to you like it's a lot of shenanigans. It's a lot of shenanigans.
Oh yeah, we're prepping for the Goose versus Cat sequel.
Exactly. The honkening of the
Honkening.
cataverse. The honkening of the cataverse. All right. So back to us over by town. I think Diego does go to this noble and lets them know that the geese are taken care of. They have been given a new habitat that they will hopefully be happy with. Just in future, consider how you would want to be approached if someone started to build over your home, and take that approach with the current residents if this town is ever to expand. Otherwise, you will find problems like this and worse. And aside from that, it's just the right thing to do. And the noble's like, sure, buddy. And then anyway. So that is that task down. Are we going back to the herbs?
Yes. Ezekiel is filling up a beautiful wicker basket with herbs. The basket is woven from pale reeds the color of old bone. The reeds whisper when disturbed. Not aloud, never that kind of obvious, but through the skin.
What is Indra's reaction to the basket?
I think Indra is so like numb to the weirdness that is Zeke now that they're just kind of they're like continuing on a conversation and like just like fully ignoring the whispering terror of this basket. Like, why is this basket so sad? Why is it so upset? But
it should go to therapy.
I know.
I'm giving him plenty of herbs.
You're doing your job. Good job, basket. The reeds didn't want to be a basket. They wanted to be free in the wind.
Yeah.
Dad.
But now they're a basket.
I think that looking at the two of you looking like you've got the herb thing going on, and Diego not being as chill about the desperate whispers of the basket, decides that, Connal just helped with his thing. He feels like he should try to start to get started on some of it. And it starts looking around for some minerals for the paint, realizing he doesn't know what kind of minerals go in paint. Just gonna try to get stuff that looks like it has some, like it might give some color to some kind of mixture, And,
Diego, I have the hammer. Do you want to build a fence? Is that easier?
Yeah, I could do that. And I think takes out the axe of Felskadar also. I was like, let me chop the wood down first, and then I'll get the hammer from you, and then I'll nail in the posts.
Yeah, because the herbs and the minerals, they're kind of, I mean, not all in the same place, but they're all on the ground. So I'm kind of looking for everything all at once. So,
okay, yeah, that's fair. I think that's a really smart way to mix. Thank you, Indra.
Yeah,
you're the brains of the operation, right?
I'm bad at hammering things. So, and like just manual labor in general, I'm not good at it. So if you want to do that, I'm happily let you do that.
I am here to serve. I'm happy to help. Grabs the hammer, has the axe in the other hands, like, maybe I'm ambidextrous. We'll find out. And just goes off into the woods. And you can hear at a distance that Diego, not softly, goes up to the trees and says, hey, I don't know if it's okay for me to cut you down. I don't know if there's some way for me to for you to tell me. I'm not going to cut you down if I can't tell that I can. So I guess let me know if it's okay for me to start chopping. And then just stands looking at the tree for a while, waiting for a sign.
I think that it should tell you if it's not okay.
You're also the brains of the operation, Zeke. And goes to the tree and says, all right, new plan. If you don't want me to cut you down, give me a sign.
Speak now, or forever hold your peace.
Now, since this is my player character, I have to leave it to the rest of the table. Does the tree give me a sign that it does not want to be cut down?
Acorn fully falls on your head.
Understood. Move to the next tree, go through the same process.
I just rolled a nat 1 on my d6, so second one not looking good.
It's gonna take you a minute.
I think like a bunch of acorns fall on my head. It's like, okay, it's gonna be a long day, and it just keeps going from tree to tree.
Rabbits, squirrels on this one.
Exactly. Okay, but the squirrels, I'm not actually. It's nice to meet you. I'm not saying this in a rude way. I'm not actually asking you. I'm asking the tree. And you okay. You don't want me to because you live in the tree. I'm not going to take your home away from you. That counts as an answer. It starts to think, what can I make posts out of that are not cut wood? And I think we'll pause spotlight on Diego there and go to the poised pig for a moment, to Connal rustling around in their things. What does Connell's room look like?
Connell's room is pretty barren. He spends half his nights just sleeping out front. So he has a pretty sparse little bedroll. He hasn't made his own bed. He prefers just like the leathers and furs that he's used to. But what he does have is a massive book collection. He has a ton of books, a ton of notes that, as part of his journey to the poised pig, he went out and like had gathered back up from the various like places and libraries out and about that he had sort of left them or donated them on his trip. So he's got just wall-to-wall bookshelves, and he's looking right now. He's got the pickaxe of Felskadar on his back, and he's looking for like some books on like minerals and paints and things like that to help him like identify the correct minerals. And then from there, going to, of course, find the post pounder of Felskadar to help with the fence project.
I love that. How do you think that Connal has done focusing on that while hearing the mounting honks and meows that sound very much to Connal in particular like territorial argument, just raising in volume over time, with you occasionally saying, no, don't do that. I just cleaned that. No, get down. No, stay there. Stay over there. That's not a bathroom, etc.
I think after some time of this, he goes and he sits down and he takes the noisy goose that was the like spokesperson and Smudge and like sits them down, like straps them into chairs facing each other, and then alternates turns with the bell of one skill between them to have them sorted out the territory dispute in a more diplomatic way.
I love that. So the noisy goose introduces himself as Bartholomew
Ryan Goosling.
Oh. Ryan Goosling. No, fuck what I was going to say. Ryan Goosling. Ryan Goosling is now the name of that person, and they're actually a lot more chill than they seemed at the beginning. Now that they have somewhere to stay and that they're being treated like a person. So pretty reasonable. Smudge is Smudge, right? Just a little rough around the edges, but also willing to see reason. And you're able to work out what will go down in Poised Pig history as you get to name it since you did it. What is the name of this accord?
The The Smudge Gooseling Compromise.
The Smudge Gooseling Compromise of the Poised Pig, which is etched into the wood of the Poised Pig by you, who's basically doing stenography here for the animals. And while you continue to work, because you obviously need to continue to do what you're doing for the day, so you hear you occasionally saying, "Can you repeat that?" Sorry, I'm really slow with the chiseling. I need a little bit of time. It's I should carve, not chisel. That would be a little bit quicker. Sure, they're just kind of learning how to cut into the wood there, and it takes you a little while after that, but you find the information that you need in the books that you were looking at, which you know your library quite well, and you had a good sense of where to go. You do find the Felskadarian items that you expected, and are able to work your way back over when you're ready to the group. Is there anything you'd like to do before you come back?
I think set up a timeshare for the Bell of One skill between Ryan Gooseling and Smudge to ensure that both of them get adequate time being able to speak.
So as you set up the verbal agreement on that, you begins to put like a sharing calendar carved into the wall as well next to the Accord, and realizes it's going to be a little bit complicated to like do the calendar like assignment over time, so starts to look for like items to stick in. It's going to be a while.
Look, it's okay. Look, look here. The cat gets it at night, and the goose gets it during the day. It's easy.
I wouldn't have thought that back to you. I wouldn't have thought of that. That is a lot easier. I was going to carve like a little cat and a little goose and then find something to stick it into the thing. This is a lot easier. Are you two okay with it? They pass the thing around and they both say they're good. And there's relative peace. The only thing that is included in the Accord as an addendum is the geese are not allowed to have any catnip unless it is offered to them, and no one at the Poised Pig is allowed to eat goose anymore now that geese are denizens, because that makes them feel uncomfortable. And everybody,
Fair.
Yeah, we weren't eating the cats, right? So,
True.
So you find your way back over to us, and when you do, friends who are searching for herbs and minerals, what does Connal see?
Ezekiel has gotten out a young lad's field guide to useful minerals of Felskadar. The field guide is bound in slate gray leather that flakes like dried mud from a grave. But anyway, and so he's looking around and peering at like outcroppings of rock to find the right minerals.
I think that for the first time ever, you guys don't see the mask on because it was getting in the way. But what you do see, why they wear the mask, is that all around their eyes is veins of black where they have been poisoned by their own practice. So, but that mask, while very pretty, is very challenging where while looking down, it's like, I can't see. I can't. So almost out of frustration, they just took it off, and they're just like, oh, okay. Basket, you've got to relax. Okay. And is like getting more and more of these herbs because there's so much herbs need to be like fully, like they know Zeke is researching right now, so they're gonna be busy reading. He's gonna be busy reading. So Indra's like, great, harvesting, I'm good at this. If you want to focus on minerals, I will just harvest. So they're in, like, their robes are like they're like, ugh. My look is not for harvesting and for good looks. It's for being stealthy and weird. Okay. And is harvesting, kind of grumbling to themselves. Usually they try to be very calm and poised and like, oh yes, a thing, great, very. I mean, they're just like bitchy right now.
So as that's happening, an empty-handed, except for the two of Felskadars right in their hand, but with no wood. Diego comes back having spoken, I suppose, with, let's say, too many trees, none of whom, as it turns out, want to be cut down. So who'd have thought? So comes back to this and is stopped dead in his tracks by the image of your face without any covering. And the fact that you are so not self-conscious about it. And it is causing his heart to swell. It is a beautiful moment that he did not think he would necessarily ever see. There's a twinge of pain taking in what is around your eyes, understanding that you carry that without complaint and alone. He holsters the axe of Felskadar and he pulls out the heat-resistant pot and sidles over to you and says, you know, we can get away from the whispering thing. You can just put it in here if you want. And we can go like get some more. You should probably actually do the grabbing of them because I'm going to start asking them if they're okay with me picking them and then we're never going to get any.
Is that what you were doing?
I asked every tree over there, you know, every single tree that spoke to me by like a sign didn't want to do it. They would drop different stuff on me, a leaf, an acorn, whatever. And some of them I didn't even get to really ask the tree because there were animals living in them already and I don't want to take their home away. So we got to figure out, maybe there's like a pile of wood already on the farm or something that they could use for this. But I'm not going to be able to take that out. And I feel like where my head's at, I can be party to it by giving these herbs a new home in the pot, right? Other than that, I think I need a little bit of me time. Speak to my buddy, you know, see how I feel about all this. What does it mean for me to not live a life of violence now, right? I don't know where the line is. It's fucking frustrating and terrifying.
Oh.
Trying. Anyway, I don't want to make a whole thing of this, but your eyes look really pretty.
They fully turn, they're so pale. They turn so red and blush and go, okay, you should ask Connal if the trees are cool. I don't, or what Connal knows about plants. And like very flustered goes back to like harvesting and like kind of pulls the shield along with them and like kind of like grins to themselves a little bit like, oh, okay.
I think that at that moment is when Diego would turn around and see Connal coming. Be like, Connal, I hear you speak to trees.
I speak for the trees.
I think they don't want me to cut them down. I don't really know what to do. We got to put up some posts.
Trees are stupid. They don't know what they want.
I speak for the trees, and trees are stupid.
Hey, listen, I speak for the trees.
Anti-Laura.
Those motherfuckers, dumb as shit.
They'll be happier once they have a job. Oi, Indra, you got some varicose veins there on your eyes. I get them on my legs all the time.
Yeah, that's what that is.
A good doctor might be able to drain them.
Hey, Connal, it's poison. So thank you. It's not very.
Oh, why are you poisoning yourself, laddie lass?
Connal and I could work on that. We're both healers. We can, if you want. I mean, no pressure. Like, it's your decision. But if you ever want and if you trust us, I get it. Eyes are tough, right? I don't like to put stuff near my eyes. If you trust us, we could talk about some ideas, see if we can figure something out.
Oh, yeah, there's nothing wrong here, though. It looks fine.
Yeah, the look is great. It's just like if it bothers you, if it hurts or something.
Oh, yeah, maybe. I feel like I'm going to be harvesting herbs for the rest of my life because Zeke is reading about minerals from like a Boy Scout guide.
Aye, that's what I forgot. The garden shears of Felskadar.
Oh, I could use the axe though, maybe to help.
I've got my daggers. I've been using my jeweled daggers. Like,
this is great.
This is tiny sickle.
I think that what kind of guidance do we think we're getting from not just Connal here, but also Zeke?
Zeke is at this point like pointing with his wand at various outcroppings and like trying like there's one. That one would make a nice fine azure hue.
Look at this rock.
Just take out the axe, and I've got the hammer in the other hand. I turn to Connal. I'm like, I think I'm ambidextrous. There's no evidence.
Well, we picked up the pickaxe of Felskadar. Should you choose to be omnidextrous?
Oh, that's so much better than the hammer. Yeah, no, I'll leave the hammer and just put it down, where we can see it. Take the pickaxe too, and the regular axe, and I go to town using the pickaxe. I realize, maybe if I use the pickaxe and then I kind of use the hammer on the back of the pickaxe, maybe I can get more of it out that way. Switch them out. Do that. This is working okay. And I just gather up as many of those minerals for you as I can. And then I'm like, I don't know. We kind of got herbs in both. I guess we could put the minerals in both. They're not going to hurt the herbs. We could try to put like a little delineator. But yeah, Connal, what do you think about the post? Should we just start hacking? I don't want to take from the trees if they don't want it.
Well, can you show me that farm?
Yeah, and then I walk you in that direction, taking a quick break from the mineral gathering, and introduce you over there to who Indra mentioned. Indra, do you come with us?
I do, and I point out some unruly cows that are wandering where they shouldn't be wandering. We need to fence the cows, and that specifically that goat, that asshole goat, has to be contained.
Hey, I'll tell you here. I pull out like a sack. It looks almost like a water skin. Mm. So if we pour these here seeds around the perimeter, I can grow them to just about fence height. And there you go. No more chopping down your new friends.
Connal, you truly are the brains of the operation. And just sort of like dig little sort of spots for you to be able to put the seeds into so that I can contribute, right?
Oh yeah, I fully hand you the sack of seeds. Like, I'll grow them, but it's your job to put them.
Fair. Look over at Indra and think, how do you want to split this up?
We've got so many herbs we have to get.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm still getting the herbs.
So herbs go into the complaining basket. Minerals go into the shield because I can use the shield to grind it down, because while it is fire resistant, it is not pressure resistant. It is to become the giant mortar and pestle.
Using the base of the axe of Felskadar.
Yeah. So use the pickaxe like a hoe. Seriously, like, I love that, like, callback to Zeke being like, you must get properly equipped. Like, Zeke has all the equipment that they don't know. We're like, what wizard needs this shit? Turns out all of us.
Yeah. It's all kept in the bag of Felskadar.
Yeah.
Best equipped wizard ever.
When you reach into the bag.
The bag of Felskadar is just like a clutch, you know, like it's very.
The clutch of
It's a fanny pack of Felskadar. You reach in, your hand is first met by writhing tentacles, tainted by the depths of unknown realms.
It says, "Dap me up, bro."
You must know the secret dap.
The secret dap of Felskadar. Yeah.
And then it hands you what you ask for. The lore.
That's lovely. But we've never asked the tentacles its name. You know, so
No.
bad commentary. So we hoe the ground, we gather the minerals, we gather herbs. Dusk is upon us, and finally, it seems we might have enough herbs. The seeds are all planted. Connal, what does it look like when you raise this living fence?
I think Connal stands in the middle of the field and gestures, one hand holding his old polished staff up and the other just in sort of like a claw almost, and starts shouting in the mystical language that he uses, Gaelic, and calling upon the Tuath to like bless these lands and raise these trees and etc. And these storm clouds from nowhere just and pour down rain. And as they do, the like watching a time-lapse video of these trees grow and form this living fence. Now you just need to use an axe to keep them at level, so they don't grow too much taller.
Gesture over to the farmer and say, that's going to be your call. I tried talking to the trees over there and they didn't seem to be into it. Maybe these will be into a haircut. I'm not a tree. It's not for me to know, but hope this helped. And look over to
Don't worry about him. He's a Protestant. He's got strange beliefs.
Yes, oh yes, of course. You always gotta keep trees at bay. They will overtake you. They'll overtake you. And this is a lovely topiary. Thank you, my friend.
And the farmer is all good. Thanks, all of us. Indra, especially for bringing all of the help that was requested. Connal, how do you feel about the Hall of Minerals?
Connal is forgotten that was like a quest that he was supposed to do because he got so caught up in the things that he actually cares about. Rocks don't talk. Like rocks are below trees in like amount that Connal cares about them.
Yeah.
And so like he looks back and sees like the full like heat resistant pan of minerals, like, oh yeah, that's thank you. Mighty fine haul.
Nice. All right. And we find the kindly teacher who requested your assistance and present them with the minerals. They seem to have some kind of contraption that they're able to hold them in, so we're able to pour them out of the heat resistant
like a bowl.
Like a bowl, not of Felskadar. Yes.
Right.
Like a basin, right?
Mm.
A fair amount that we have. Puts that in. Turns out that this kindly teacher is an art teacher, and these paints are for practical use, in around town, but also used for local artistry of artistic expression of, as it turns out, kind of everyone in town. Being an artist is something that this town culture celebrates that everybody can do, right? It's not. There's some people that might have it as more of like a job, but everybody dances, everybody sings, everybody paints, right? And they want to give you a painting, all of us a painting, for the Poised Pig as a thank you for this. What is it of?
The epic historical moment of the gooseling accord
compromise.
Compromise.
I think for the part that they saw, That's what they see is you in goose form, Connal, at the front of a group of geese heading toward the poised pig, with the
The
poised
homecoming.
pig having Smudge and the other six-toed cats all around the front of it,
Mhm.
and a figure looking kind of flustered in the doorway of it that we know is you. And so it's the precursor, the presage to, right?
Yeah.
But we can hang it wherever we'd like in the poised pig. Finally, we find ourselves at the captain of the guard with the whispering bowl full to the brim, overflowing almost. We catch a little bit of extra in the pot as well, with so many herbs. It has taken the entire day and all of our attention and effort around everything else that we've done, everything that we had to spare to get that done. What does the bowl say first when we show up in front of this guard?
Was the bowl or the basket?
The
Oh, the
basket.
basket.
I'm sorry, the
Yeah.
basket, Belskadar. The basket.
The pot says nothing. The pot
The basket
is
nothing. What does the basket say as it whispers in this moment?
Hey, here's your herbs, buddy.
I'm allergic.
Like, you see this quite formidable city guard shudder completely in their full armor. That's deeply unsettling. Thank you. And Ezekiel, what do you say to this guard who asked for your assistance with this?
Well, I did my best. I was went by the field guide, and I hope that you have enough to fuel your apothecary for a long time. And if
I
you
was
don't,
really hoping you'd.
just come by the poised pig.
I was really hoping you would lean in and do the same. Just like, here are your herbs.
No.
Yeah, here are your herbs.
All right. And with that, we find our way back to the poised pig. Connal, where do you want to put the painting?
It's this shan't be my decision.
Indra?
We have a hearth. Maybe
Mhm.
do we put it above the hearth
We could.
as the greatest event that has happened so far at this? What exactly is going on with this? Actually, can you explain? I was busy with Zeke getting herbs and minerals. What exactly? There's a lot of there's a quiet unease about the place now that I don't understand the tension.
I feel it's self-explanatory, and will do no further explaining.
Great.
Mm.
Who has the bell on right now?
It's nighttime.
It's dusk, so it's Smudge.
Smudge.
Smudge, explain, Smudge.
I was gonna say, Bastion, what does Smudge say?
We got some new guests. We're not allowed to eat them for some reason, but in exchange, they've offered to help maintain the grounds.
Can we have their feathers when they drop? Because like goose down feathers would be pretty great for the beds.
That'd be sweet.
I think as long as you're not actively plucking them from their bodies, they won't care.
And you hear honks from the outside that Connal, you will understand in the goose language, indicates, yeah, don't pluck them from us, but if you want to clean them up, it's fine.
All right, Smudge, new job for the cats. Pick up dropped feathers.
Oh, that's a little bit racist, huh? You think I enjoy chasing feathers, huh? Yeah, we'll do it. We got
it. Diego
Yeah.
jumps in and says, pick them up, but also give them to us. So
well, that's going to be harder. But I suppose we'll deposit them in the bowl of Felskadar.
Perfect.
Hey, actually, we have this giant shield pan that isn't good for much.
You could put it in here. Just leaves it there and puts up a little sign that says goose feather pot, please fill, and sets it next to the hearth. Above the hearth is the painting presaging the greatest moment to occur in the history of the Poised Pig to date, across from which is the Accord itself, carved forevermore into the wood of this place, next to a half-finished calendar that no longer has much meaning, with a note etched next to it that says cats night, geese day, with no further information. And we settle in for the night. What is the final moment that you would like to share on this day with regard to each of your characters? How do you finish your day today?
I think Connal takes his bedroll outside, situates himself next to Declan. I think as he sort of settles in, like one by one, like geese and cats just sort of crowd in and make this like giant animal puddle out front around him and Declan.
Love that. And you are rewarded with a job well done. The ability to do well by those around us is its own reward. And you sleep soundly with that in mind.
Well, that's bullshit.
I want an actual prize. Where's my XP, bitch? Milestone leveling bullshit.
You better be heading to the Poised Pig in exchange for all this work we've been doing.
Yeah, right? They'll probably want to come by, right? You know, you've been friendly and helpful. Why wouldn't they? All right, who would like to walk us through the end of their day next?
Ezekiel puts on his sleeping cap.
Always.
And-
Felskadar.
Felskadar.
It whispers sweet nothings to you to go to bed.
It holds your head in the greatest of comfort while at the same time occupying no space on your head whatsoever. But no, he settles in, gets out his book, his journal, and starts to write in it, and writes a fanciful story about the geese and the cats and the compact that they have sealed today. And since he wasn't there to see it, he just sort of makes up the details as he goes along. And until finally the quill falls from his hand and he slumps into sleep.
Love that.
I think Indra, for the second night, it has made the sleepy brew to help Diego and themselves, because they also have a very hard time going to sleep. And so comes to, where would Diego be?
Diego is still sweeping up downstairs, and you can see in Diego's body language before he sees you, he's itching to go outside and walk the grounds. He's trying not to, so he's trying to busy himself as much as possible in here, see if he can convince himself not to go outside.
I think so. Indra comes up with two jugs, two cups of steaming tea, and kind of nudges you. Their mask is gone. They have left it up in their room, looking a little tentative, but they nudge you and say, come on. And they lead you outside to just go and sit. They will not let you walk, but
Okay.
they sit you down and they sit next to you on a stone, like overlooking this sleeping herd of geese and marauding cats and other forest wildlife, and hands you the tea and just kind of sits next to you in companionable silence.
Deep gratitude in Diego's face. Warm drink in hand. Great companionship. Sips it and thinks that he wouldn't trust himself to make this happen on his own, but he thinks he might have a shot together. Smudge comes around the side and says low to Diego, I'll take the watch tonight, and goes out onto the grounds. And you can see also that Smudge is fully playing and hunting and not checking on anything as they're going around the grounds. Diego feels more peace and less judgment toward himself in this moment. It's a little quieter, right, than he's felt in a long time. Knows there's a long way to go, looks out on the horizon and gets a sense that there may be a storm ahead. Remembers that there's no way for any of us to control everything we may wish to control in our lives, and that we need to make peace with that. And for tonight, he does. With the good friends, the help, the hard work, and the delicious tea, bringing an end to our day. And that, everyone, friends, has been Stewpot. Thank you all for joining us during what we could consider to be the golden hour. It is really fitting that we ended this last bit on dusk, because this game has essentially been the golden hour of this campaign, this experiment. When we come back next week, the world goes dark, and they come. Tonight, we learned what we are fighting for. Next time, we see what happens when we face a fight we cannot win. Have a great night, everybody. See you then.
Good night.
Night.
Get in the Discord.
Get
in the Discord. We usually are so good about that. Get in the Discord.
Get in there.
We were busy
You won't.
thinking, get in the Discord of Felskadar. What's
The Discord of Felskadar.
Felskadar. It whispers to you and tells you bad memes. Goodbye. We love you.
Its many
We'll see you
channels
later.
are monitored by me 6.
Me
Don't
six
talk
is
about
the
tacos.
of
Truly the worst.
Felskadar.
Get out of here. We love you so much. Goodbye.
Thank you for joining us today. Stewpot was created by Takuma Okada and produced by Evil Hat Productions. The players are Bastion Fennel, Danny R Mendoza, Eli Galliher, and Serafina Smith. Editing by Eli Galliher. We hope you enjoyed the drama, laughter, and chaos as much as we did. If you had a blast, don't forget to share the love and tell your friends. Until next time, keep searching for the rainbow.